a certain controller or a certain ecosystem or a certain batch of exclusives. But when it comes to Sony, I think the most baffling decision that they continue to double down on is a lack of backwards compatibility. Like, actually,
did he say a lack of backwards compatibility? What are you talking about? Ain't you the same dude buying all these remakes and remasters? What's wrong with you ponies? The only thing that lacks on the PS5 is new software. What are you talking about?
Consider it. On the Nintendo Switch, there is a way to play Nintendo games, Game Boy games, Nintendo 64 stuff. If you're playing things on Xbox, I bag on Microsoft a lot for not making.
Yeah, you can play those games through death mode.
But their back catalog is currently, right this second, fully playable in a big way, and a lot of times in upgraded fashion on the Xbox Series X.
For free!
But Sony continues to emphasize that they don't care about their own legacy, their own franchises, the games
it's the fact that Sony is out here milking you fools, bro. They out here charging you guys $10 to full price games for $60 in their remasters and remakes. Like, you gotta ask yourself, man, it's not that Sony don't care about their franchise. It's the fact that you guys don't care about them.
Built them up and made them what they are today.
No, it did not. Because what made Sony who they are today is third party. I'm telling you, man, make a list of the top 10 games on PS1. Ain't none of them gonna have a Sony label. It's gonna be Squaresoft, Konami, It's gonna be one of those companies, okay? Like I said, bro, the PS1 and 2 are some of the most overrated consoles in gaming history. And I love those consoles. But you got to be honest with yourself and say, yeah, GameStar, it was really the Capcom. It was really the Squaresoft. It was really, Konami that was out here bringing these type of quality games to our beloved platforms. And now that these games ain't locked to that platform no more, now we're starting to see a shift in the quality of the PlayStation 5 brand.
Pretty much worthless to PlayStation. But today I wanted to talk about it because a new statement came out that essentially continued the promise that they're not going back.
Ha ha.
Talk about that.
Told you.
I hope you're having a great day.
I guess those franchises are dead, right?
Fully switched to the Horizon series, and they're done with Killzone.
Ha ha.
Now, a lot of people are very understandably upset about this because it does feel like every big Sony studio is only talking about the new gritty stuff they're working on.
See, and that's the problem. These games didn't do well when they were out. These games didn't do good even in their prime. You feel me? I think Infamous had a little bit of success. Motorstorm was not successful. Jack wasn't successful, only the first game. Resistance Fall of Man fell off very quickly. Like I said, man, a lot of these games failed. Now, as gamers, we didn't personally care because they were still great quality games for us to play. But these games weren't really beloved by the fans, man. And this is what I try to tell you people. This problem started happening with the PS3. That's why when Microsoft secured that third party, people see no reason to want to own a PS3 for these type of games. If anything, if the thing that I remembered back in that generation was a lot of my friends was on that. Bro, PlayStation dudes was on Call of Duty way more than their own exclusives, bro. At least when I went on 360, there was people playing Halo. There was people playing Forza, and there was people playing Crackdown, Gears, exclusives. The reason why you would pick up an Xbox 360 for. But every time I went on PS3, there was always some dude playing third party. Because that's what you guys got accustomed to all during the PS1 and PS2.
Whenever I see stuff like this, where it's weird that we had the entire Infamous trilogy, which is all good and has some of the best DLC of any PlayStation game of all time, literally. I mean, seriously, stuff like Spider-Man 2, Demon's Souls, God of War, Gran Turismo. These games are setting some crazy high Metacritic numbers, right?
And what's funny about Spider-Man is that Spider-Man is mostly getting its audience based off the people that like the comics and the movies, right? So I'm not going to count that one, but you can count, I guess, Demon's Souls remake, really? Dang, this is not really a good list for me. God of War Ragnarok. God of War has always kind of been somewhat of a successful franchise for Sony. If anything, it's doing better now than it did back then, so I guess that's a plus for Sony. Last of Us, really, part 1. We're really out here talking about remakes, and Final Fantasy, was it 16? Y'all don't own that. So I don't know why that game is even there. And let me see. Yeah, and yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this list. Oh, do they own 16? I mean, I know they did Code, but they didn't make it though. When you talk about PlayStation, I want to know if these games are being made in-house by them.
So I think that Sony's strategy, by their own admission, is to constantly be trying to make those big blockbuster interactive movie games because
Oh, wow, see? He admitted it.
they sell, they're popular, they're hyped, and again, to go back, they look good in trailers. Now, I love these games, but I think additionally, I've begun to think about how bad it sucks that there is no way to go back and play them easily, right? If I wanted to play...
You know what's crazy? I wish we could all go back in time and the gaming community could do things right. You know, do we have a time machine? Could we go back in time and try to fix it before the gaming industry is over? You know, I'm out here missing one arm. I'm looking like future Gohan. Like, this is crazy, but I'm still playing the games anyway, and I'm still fighting on, guys. I'm still trying to take out the evil Xbox androids, you know, but this is getting kind of hard for me. You know, it's sad what happened to my father. You know, Game Cool. You know, how he went out there all because of the heart virus, and now I'm out here fighting the androids all by myself. You know, in the gaming community. It's crazy. This I swear, it's like an episode of Dragon Ball Z with these dudes.
Play these, I either have to buy a PlayStation 3, buy these physical copies of the game. A lot of these, they're just rather busted because a lot of times older games are missing patches and they did with God of War. Some people are a bit against it. The fact that they took this classically angry character in Kratos and made him
y'all don't even know, and he did admit he don't know much about the game, man, right? See, what's so funny about you guys not understanding Kratos, I've had people tell me that Kratos was born with the white you guys understand. You know Kratos is actually brown, right? They even show it when he sold his life to Ares and he has these memories as to why he, you know, killed his family. Like, you people don't know anything about the game, and then they want to say, you're wrong! You don't know what you're talking about! And you guys think he's actually a white man. What's even more funny? Like, if you look at the prototypes and the beta models of Kratos, he actually was a brown man. They even show that in the game itself. The only reason as to why he looks like that, because that's the ashes from his dead family. You know what I'm saying? But they the ones telling me, you don't know God of War, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, be quiet. Because it seems like you people don't know anything. Like, I've had people tell me, oh, the reboot. Oh, yeah, you know, I had one guy say that the reboot God of War, the first one, the 2018 game, was the first God of War. Come on, bro. Like, you know what, man? Like, y'all don't even want to admit, man, the story of God of War was way more deeper than what you're getting with the reboot, man. You know what I'm saying? With the Pandora's box and the original. Y'all don't, bro, I don't even want to spoil it. But like I said, man, just go do yourself a favor and play those games, man.
Emotional dad. I like the new Kratos. I like the new God of War games. But man, even if you don't, I think even people that don't particularly love those stories can admit that it's cool that we're still getting God of War.
To be honest with you, I would rather see that game being replaced, bro. I'm not even a God of War fan no more, bro. I'm sorry, man. Like, I like the I love the classics, bro. I really, Chain of Olympus. I've had a guy tell me, oh, those are spin-offs. Those are not connected. I'm like, bro, what are you talking about, bro? See, this is the funny thing about the gaming community is that the internet gave you a platform to where you feel like you're saying something smart even though you're stupid. Like, I explained it. Anybody that has played God of War be like, yeah, that is true, game. So you're right about the ashes, and that's why he looks like that, and the nightmares that he had, and how he was betrayed by the Olympians. You people don't understand anything. You know what I mean? If you actually play these games, y'all be like, yo, God of War is epic. God of War, the classics is crazy, bro. The story, the writing was incredible. But yet, for some reason, all you guys make it seem like, oh, Kratos was just an angry man that got mad. I mean, I think I'd be pretty angry, too, if I got betrayed by my father, Zeus. I think I'd be pretty angry as to why I'm seeing memories even though they lied to me. You people don't know nothing about this man's character. And what's crazy, you guys go for these little sissified characters with God of War Ragnarok. And you know what's funny? I'm starting to think I know the problem because nobody was jumping on this politics until games like Last of Us Part 2 came out. Have you noticed that? When that game came out, everybody started nitpicking stories and saying, I don't like this. This is woke. This ain't masculine. Then y'all started seeing it. And then you seen it with the God of War 2018. So Sony has shifted towards this emasculating of masculinity. Because to be honest with you, nobody was really talking about it until after those particular 2 games came out. I didn't hear it about Gears of War as much. I didn't hear about it in Halo. I heard about it with those 2 particular titles, about how they ended Joel and all that. I remember. And then if you notice, a lot of these political channels came up. Oh, this is woke. This is crazy. Woke this, woke and woke that. You know, there you go.
We're still getting this singular character that has been so titular, and they're bringing him back. It's cool that
because it's making money.
Things are still returning. It's wild the amount of things that are just gone. In fact, just recently they announced they're shutting down Little Big Planet. They're actually taking it offline.
Ha
it's
ha.
A level creator. It's like a bit.
And guys, when I say ha ha, I'm not saying it as in a way that I'm actually wanting this to happen. I'm saying it in a way where it's like I told you guys so, but y'all didn't want to listen to me.
Mario Maker for PlayStation. I love Little Big Planet. And it's just gone. They're shutting it down, so even the stuff that people made is just being mass deleted.
That's kind of unfortunate.
Why?
Yeah.
Stuff like this is kind of annoying me because it does seem like Sony's entire point, their entire purpose at this point is more live service games.
Ha ha. Who said that? Games to one another dub. I've been telling you that Sony has been trying to push for more live service and subscription games, but yet for some reason you people still continue not to hear me.
Keep talking
that is
about
crazy.
That their entire idea of future success is not what they've already made, not relying on really cool, big, interactive, crazy, set-piece style action games. Instead, They want to do even more live service games. Even after Concord flopped, they're doubling down, they're tripling down on making marathon.
Because the money is there. That's what you people don't understand. They're not making enough money. Why do you think those franchises don't exist? Because people weren't buying them. I'm sorry. I was a part of that era, guys. And to be honest with you, I was deeply saddened when I found out that Killzone 3 sold less than 1 million. To me, it felt like there was hundreds and thousands of people on it. But it wasn't. You know, gaming was niche, man. I hate to say it. You know, but when you looked at Call of Duty, it was 20 million playing on the PS3. You know, third party is what destroyed Sony. It's crazy. A third party is what helped build their platform, but the third party is what's destroying them now.
Another live service of trying to expand Destiny into the mobile space.
Unbelievable, bro.
Easily, you can buy a physical disc. You can buy an old CD. You can listen to the Beatles just as easily now as you could back then.
That's not true, bro. See, this is another thing, too. I had a game, right? I want to talk about this since he brought this up. I have Tomb Raider Remastered, right? Well, I have the standard versions, but I pre-ordered a deluxe version. Do you understand that the retailer's telling me that I can't get it? Oh, it's delayed shipment. I'm not canceling it. I want it. Okay? So it's just like, man, this is what they doing, man. Bro, getting physical media nowadays is just hard, especially for very particular games. You know, that don't happen to be mass produced. Like just walking into the store and just getting, especially when you pre-ordered, it's still not being able to get what you want is kind of concerning.
It's weird that it does feel like video games are the only art form where things, as they go forward, completely abandon the past.
Oh, really? So we're gonna sit there like comic books and music don't abandon the past? I mean, we came from an era where, you know, artists would sample off, you know, stuff in the past and stuff. We're not getting that anymore, bro. And I think it has a lot to do with the lack of appreciation of people now. People don't care about the birth of hip hop, the birth of rock. They don't care about that. The birth of game. A lot of the new people don't care about that. And I think that's kind of concerning because they don't know how things started. They're not real fans to it. You feel me? They just see it as a way to get money. And that's what's sad. Essentially what I'm trying to say, there's no passion involved in what they're doing anymore.
Specifically with PlayStation, they seem so proud of it. I mean, some CEOs, some head-up people have
Well, I guess PlayStation is dead.
Non-digital edition. Now, this is my own personal theory, but I do think a lot of this is people that want to still be able to play PlayStation 4 games for as cheap as possible.
Well, you can play them again for upgrading to $10.
In front, they have way more next-gen consoles sold than anybody else. when they do stuff, they do kind of set the standard. The fact that they are so ridiculously resistant to enabling people to play their back catalog, to buy their back catalog, to even talk about their back catalog, it seems like it's telling people that it's okay to just give up on your retro catalog. And I don't like that. I've been wanting to rant about this for days. This got posted 5 days ago, but it is a list that Capcom posted about how to play their games. And honestly, it's psychotic. It is psychotic. It is a chart that shows which consoles can play which games, and you'll notice the original version of Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, they exist nowhere except PC. You can see here there's the one little check boxes. This, to me, I feel like, is an indictment to the standards of video games right now. Maybe I am a tiny minority. Maybe I'm in a little bubble that I don't even realize. But it does feel like these companies, if they invested in making a good emulator for the PlayStation 3 generation...
It's not that, bro. It's the fact they don't want you. They don't want you to play these games, man. And look, it says it right here. Available for universal purchase. Resident Evil Director's Cut available for those who with a PlayStation Premium. This is what it is, bro. We're starting to see the shift towards subscriptions. Capcom, we might see the days of Sega Pass, Capcom Pass, Konami Pass, Xbox Game Pass, Sony Pass. I'm telling you guys, y'all keep downplaying this service and subscription. Y'all want to talk about any war? That is the war that's going on. Console wars is done. Live service and subscription wars is here to stay.
Even polished up something. Sell us those games. Bring them back.
Why would they sell you these games when they can make more money pushing these games to a subscription service?
Make us a Killzone collection. Make us a Resistance collection. Make us a collection of like old school siphon filter games and stuff and package it together and sell.
So you want them to do what's beneficial to the consumers. You guys didn't support them now. Support them then, and now you want to support them now? You think these companies want to give you the benefit of buying something and not being able to buy anything anymore?
On a full disc, people would pay.
Why would they do that? You're not understanding. They're not going to make any money doing that because then people probably won't buy another sequel for them because people will be happy playing a little remaster. That's what you don't understand. Companies are in dangerous territory. And I'm not defending it. I would love to see these things too. I'm not downplaying. All I'm saying is that companies don't see it the same way anymore.
$70 for that. And for you guys, it's free profit. You're not having to dev.
No, it's not. No, it's not. See, this is where we disagree. Because like you said before at the beginning of this video, people ain't buying these games, bro. That's what you don't understand, man. I think the gaming industry is being exposed for what it's always truly been. Casual. Gaming has always been casual. Only the hardcore stood above the rest. And the only reason why they catered to us at a time, guys, is because, like I said, they had no other choice. It's either catered to the hardcore or the casuals ain't going to buy it. But now that they got the hardcore, now they want to target the casuals. Because they're like, well, we know you guys are still around. We know you guys will probably still continue to support our games, even though we're ruining them right in front of your faces. But we got you somewhere, right? You're going to get bored and you're going to want to pick up that Silent Hill 2 remake. That's what they're saying. But on top of getting that casual too, that might want to play it.
Sony seems to constantly complain about how expensive it is to make games. And
how who told you that? And what's even more funny, with how expensive gaming is becoming, how do you guys believe in the idea of a PS6, 7, 8, and 9, and 10? You do understand if Sony makes a PlayStation 8, right? Or goes up that far, that means the budgets will be more expensive than what they are now. Which also means that, and if you say, well, they don't need to do high budget games, then you have to ask yourself, what is the point of a new next generation console? What is the point of, and this is funny, I've had a conversation with a person like this before. Oh, just make good games. So what would be the point of buying a new console if we're playing games that look like they came out of the Sega Genesis? Now, I'm not saying these games ain't good. All I'm saying, then it essentially takes the value of the hardware. You guys know why you pick up this hardware, for better performance, better resolutions, better, more demanding games. I love it. And I'm a retro gamer, so I'm not downplaying the visuals of these retro games. All I'm saying is, what would be the point of me upgrading to the PlayStation 6 if I'm playing the same games like I'm doing now? What is the point? There's already enough hardware for me to do what I'm doing. Now, if you're talking about, the PS6 is going to push for more demanding games, and when you play Final Fantasy 17, you're going to see the sweat dripping onto the suit, and it's soaked in, and you can see that, and, I'm just over-exaggerating, but still, like, just something like that, they'd be like, they using the hardware to make a difference. But if you're sitting there telling me, they can still make new games with lower budgets, bro, this game looked like an Xbox One game. Why am I upgrading my console? Why am I being forced to upgrade a console if it's running off some Xbox One old Unreal Engine 4 hardware? You see, Sony has put themselves in a hole, and this is why Nintendo said, you know what? We're going to stall the inevitable. That's why they're stalling it, because they know that once they hit this plateau, it's over for them too. Nintendo don't have that type of money to continue with AAA gaming. They don't.
Tens of millions of copies they have to sell to even break even. I do truly believe that if they started to bring back their old school stuff, it would help bridge that gap.
No, it didn't, because it didn't help bridge the gap when these games came out in their prime. Bro, you gotta understand, bro, the market has changed. And as much as I love these games, don't take it as hate, guys. I love these games. I got these collections for the PS3. But I'm telling you, these games ain't gonna work now. They didn't even work back then, and there was less competition. You think a Resistance Fallen Man is going to outpass Fortnite? It's not. You know it. You guys know it. That's why Microsoft said when you try to make this into some little console war, it doesn't matter what we do. People are not going to buy the platform for games. You guys have this weird ideology. If a console make good games, it's going to make people buy it. Bro, the gaming community is fake, bro. The real gamers might, but not the fake ones. And that's the problem. These casuals have been gatekept for over 30 years in the gaming community because of us, and that's why there's so much animosity towards us. That's why they don't believe in trophies and completing games, because of what we started. They're trying to change everything we've had done. You see what I'm saying? That's what the casuals are doing. That's why every game they play don't even have achievements.
Actually, ease those dev costs.
It's not going to ease nothing.
Sell stuff between those big releases, but who knows? What do you guys think?
I already know. I don't even need you to tell. I already know. You don't know nothing, bro. You don't know nothing about how the gaming industry is. It's changed, bro. You don't exist in their little market that they got going on. I hope you understand that. You don't exist. And I know that hurts. And that explains as to why you people do the stuff that you do. But you have to come to the realization. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all. When I was playing games, probably about 2 or 3, I felt this. I was hurt. I looked at, not like how this fool is, but I was hurt to think that I was not thought about. It was hurtful to not see the games that I once grew up and see them. I mean, I'm seeing a few of them like Soul Reaver 2, but like I said, knowing that the industry doesn't care about you. People say, gaming industry never cared about you. Yes and no. They cared about it in a way where they made games specifically for you, is what I'm saying. Yeah, they don't care about you. They don't care about you or your family. We know that. But they cared about that customer. They cared about that person that went out there and bought their Banjo-Kazooies. And targeting that demographic, because I was that demographic back then. Now, they don't care. They don't care about that. I don't know why Sony doing live service. Because it's 99% of them and only 1% of you. That's why. The profit margins in regards to catering to them, because all they got to do is hit one game like a Fortnite, and there you go. Ding, 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 jackpot. That's why instead of working on 10, 15, 20 little projects that they know they ain't going to work. That's what's going on here. Because they know. Because think about it. Y'all want to be like, no, that's cap, that's cap. Okay, it's cap. So Fortnite Save the Earth didn't do well. But as soon as they did Battle Royale, what happened? Ding, 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 ding. Look at all that money they getting. So they know that. They know if they can get that one game, they don't need nothing else. They don't need nothing else. They don't need to work on 10, 15, 20 games. They just got to get people glued to that one. And once they get glued to that one, there goes all the money falling on their heads. Ding, 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 ding. There's like these companies hit the lottery. To them, it's worth the gamble to put everything in one project and to kind of skirmish